What's up everyone, this is SliferKing here, and today you join me for another one of my Portal 2 workshop videos, where today I'm going to be creating my second test chamber. I'm going to be creating my second test chamber because, yeah, I did enjoy the fact that I went through the process on camera of making a new test chamber, so I quite liked the idea of maybe doing a sequel. So the last one I did was water and lasers. So, okay, it has a rating of 2.5 stars. So people have downloaded it, but it doesn't appear to be doing that well. But we'll see what happens in the next one. Fairness, I generally have not. I've legitimately not checked the reviews yet. So, uh-oh. What's happened? Oh dear. I have lost the... What has happened? The test chamber's disappeared. Alright, so let me go into test mode. Let me see if that resets it, because that's very weird. Okay, so the idea I've got for this one... Okay, I've no idea what's happened. There we go. Right, go... Right, let's take it steady this time. So the idea I've got is kind of revolves around jump pads, cubes, and gel. So that's kind of the idea I've got. So let's see how well this works. Right, so let's put the door there. Okay, so first we need to work out a dispenser point for cubes. Okay. Then we need gel. Bounce gels. Let's put that there. So I think you might have an idea maybe where this is going. So the idea is I want to try and create a scenario where the player has to acquire cubes via a combination of jump pads and bounce gel. So yes, that's what I have in mind, and maybe even a tractor beam as well. We'll see. So to make things a little bit interesting, I'm going to go with a fizzler as well in the middle, just to make it a bit more interesting. Right, so let's put you there. Yeah, that lines up. So the entrance is here. It's... Okay. How am I going to... Ah, hang on. So if with this... If I can lower that down by 1... Ideally, I don't want... Let me see if any... Right, what I'm going to do is try and make all of this non-portable. Right. So that forces a little bit of thinking. Right. Because the idea is I want to try and get the cube bounced over here. Yeah, I want to try and get the cube bounced over here for some reason. Ah, yes. So if I put a pad here, if I put a pad, also I'm probably not going to need that much space. Patience. That's a bit better. Okay. we want that portable, just to make sure. So what we're going to need... Right, let's make this non-portable. I wonder... Right, jump pad. If I put that... Okay, let's remove that for now. That idea sort of works. Okay. Let's go with... Obviously we'll need a button. Okay, so that one's that. That will drop that down there. Oh, auto drop enabled. No. I want that. Oh. Oh, my bad. Okay. Just for now, I'm going to make everything non-portable so I can work out what I'm doing. Oh, the wrong way around. There we go. Alright, that should be that. Okay, so what I want to try and do is have that there, and we'll have lift up device. There we go, so that goes there. So the player will need another cube of some type. Go with a companion cube this time. Let's put there. Okay. Okay. So far, I'd say it's not complicated enough. Need something else. Yeah, that was disabled. Oh, that's because that was type. Yeah, that's fine. That's companion. Okay, so we got one cube. Ah, got it. So you... Right, okay. So I will need compulsion gel to remove this cube from here. Right, okay. Like that. Okay, so now it's a case of how do I activate this? That's enabled. Okay, so yeah, now it's a case of how do I activate that while I'm on the other side. Okay. So let me narrow that slightly. There we go. Doesn't need to be the biggest test chamber, I think, this one. Oh, there is one idea. Oh, I missed the portable spot. What if I did this? So if I have it curved round, and then have some of this bit portable. maybe... Maybe have a raised section here. Like so. Okay. Okay. I think this might work. So the idea is that the player would have to... Yeah, so the player would have to try and get over here. Yeah, so get this cube over here first. Actually, I think that's too easy. There. So if I put that up here, like so. So then that cube drops there. Then there's a big enough space so that the cube should be fine and not hit anything. So then I need to work out how this one activates. Because that also needs a jump pad as well. Let's move that slightly. Connection. Oh, connection missing. Okay. So let's put a laser grid there. So that the player will have to... Okay, so... Is this chamber going to be called grids and jumps instead of what I originally planned? Maybe. It's... Okay. So, do I do a timer system? Yeah, maybe. So maybe what I might do is do this. Like so. Excuse me a second, sounds like someone is at the door. Okay. Right, so that's connected to that. So if I do a timer, say 10 seconds with that, but then maybe 5 seconds with that one, I think that should be fair enough. The reason it's 10 seconds is so that gives time, just in case, for the player to escape as well. Actually, I might change that. Yeah, I'm going to change that to a switch. That makes more sense. There we go. Let's do signal. That one. A little bit cleaner, I think, having it signal based. Yeah, okay, so I'll keep that one like that, so the player, so they will know what that one's for. So now I just need to decide what's happening about this one. I feel like there's something else I need to add. What about sentry turrets? Hmm. That's a good point. I have... Yeah, sentry might be a good idea. So what I could do is... If I make this portable... Yeah, make that portable. And that kind of defeats the objective of this. Okay, so let's remove that. Where else could I go? Ah, okay, that's a slight problem. Okay, so we don't want it all the way, because then that will interfere with the gate. Right, okay. That sort of works. Get that back by 1. There we go. So there's still a couple of grids. Maybe even another phaser grid as well. Yeah, like that. Right, so with this one, I will have the ability to turn off. But it's just a question of how do I do that? Let me change that to a laser grid. I can make this a little bit higher. So... And maybe this slightly lower? I wonder if that means I can't do that. Let me lower the laser grid then. But... Okay, now that works. Okay, now it's a question of how do... Right, so let's put a laser cube in here. I'm going to keep that one enabled, I think. So then we'll need laser. So, probably in the middle. So if we do... No, keep that way. Be interesting to see if that works. Obviously they all need testing. Okay. No, I think that might be a bit too... There. If I have that infinite, that might help. So it also gives the player a means to escape as well when it comes to here. Right. Okay, so I think I've got most things sorted. So the last thing I just need to work out is what happens with this. Yeah, the last thing I need to work out is how does the player activate this one and activate the gel. Well, I think personally the probably the smarter thing to do is... I think change that. have that one there. No, get rid of that altogether. There we go. Then we have switch. Right. I think that should work. Okay. Right. Okay. So that should work. So now I just need to work out the last cube. How are we doing time-wise? I think time-wise is about 20 minutes, so that one's connected to that one. Yeah, that one's connected to that one, so that should be fine. That's better. That's a little bit neater. Right. Ooh, just in case. 10 seconds. I think 10 seconds should be enough time. Is that going to be fair on the player? Well, I should see the line. Okay. So I'm going to do one last compartment, I think. And this way. So if I do this, it's becoming a little bit tricky now to, hang on, there we go. So this will be the last, switch. So this will actually be the first switch, technically. Connections, banner, okay. We'll just need to work out what we have in the middle. Ah, of course. Portable. Oh, is this going to stretch that far back? Okay, it will. Right. Okay, I think that works. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, let's. I think it's time to give this a test run. Let's find out. Let's give this play. So what am I thinking of calling it? Laser grids? Grids and lasers? Well, I don't know. Okay. Obviously, lighting is something which I will need to look into at a later stage. Okay, so I can portal that, but crucially, I can't portal back. So, yeah. So, okay. Nice. Okay, this looks good. I like the look of this. Right. Okay, so I think that might need to be further along. The laser... Okay. Right, let me just do a couple things. So firstly, I think the laser needs to be a little bit lower. Like that. This needs to be probably on the other side. Like I said, I'll probably, when it comes to lighting, I'll sort that out later. But I do already like this bit. This bit doesn't need to be portable. So do that. Yeah, right. Let's look into that again. To be honest, even if people aren't too fond of the really need to get this chair sorted at some point. Even if people aren't too fond of these workshops, I do really enjoy making them. Obviously, I'm not going to do them all the time. Okay, so yeah, I am definitely happy with this bit, the way it looks. Okay, so that is an immediate fail. This bit is... Oh, we will need to raise the roof slightly on it, which is not possible. Okay. Let's try that. So I think this jump pad's probably going to be the bit I need to sort out. Unless, do I replace the jump pad with a portable temporary surface? That could also work. Kind of a means to get into the base. Right, that's better. Okay, that works. Okay, so that's that bit done. Ow. Okay, that might be too low now. Let me do one last thing. Okay, so I think personally I should have some kind of option to maybe make it so the player has to use the cube as well. Let's do this. Practical walls, flip panel. Oh, of course. There we go. So if I do that. Yeah, so do that. Then the player can... Oh no, that kind of defeats the point of the I kind of defeats the point of the century in a way. What if I do this and then have a portable surface here? So okay. So I have that. So then the player can portal between the two. I think that's right. Tell you what if I do this? So I have it in stages. Let's go put one here. Okay. And then, why don't I do this? There we go. So it's a little bit like a maze. There. So this one will activate. Yeah, so that one activates that. Okay. And then it's a case of, do I make this portable as well? No, not there. I think that's across. Okay, that bit is portable, as it is, so let's do this. And then we turn this round, like so. So that disables it. It's not enabled. Wait, it has a type. Oh, yep. So I like the idea of this. So it's a little bit like a mini mini maze, like a mini like labyrinth that you have to deal with. Okay, I like that. All right. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this. See if the idea matches up with the thought process. Because this is definitely a bit more of. This is now turning into a labyrinth. Like this is turning into a door mechanic type scenario. Looking at it. Right. I might make this bit smaller, just mainly because it doesn't really. It's not necessary, but ooh, yes, I like that. Okay, so okay, now that is too high. You dum-dum. Right, so put that down one more time. Right, so leave that as it was. Do I get rid of the sentry? Yeah, this is the only bit I'm not 100% keen on. So let me do this. Yeah, if I take that, then that will destroy the sentry. Okay. I think that should do it. Let's see how this goes. Obviously, lighting I'll be dealing with later, like I said. But in fairness, half of it I do kind of like as it is. Yeah, this is the only bit I'm not 100% sure of. I might reduce the size of this bit. Because this bit is, well, I'm very happy with. Forgot to lower that. Fairness, all of them are going to be like that too, aren't they? Yes. Like I said, it's trial and error. I'm actually going to put this over here because I think it might be easier for the player to realise that's there. I'm actually gonna fit those round. There we go. That looks a bit better now. Okay. Like I said, trial and error with lasers. Okay, we've been going for about 35 or so minutes. I think the last one took about 45 minutes. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, I think the idea probably works. Ow, probably works better. Now we need the blue one here. Alright, there goes the first cube. Nice. Right, so now we've got to deal with... Oh, okay, that's actually started. Oh, I see. Right, fair enough. So I'll need to change that. Ooh, okay, there is not enough time. Right, okay. Start enabled. We need to up the time to 15 seconds. Right. I think the majority of that worked well. It's just that timing bit was a bit too short. I should have realised actually that the thing was enabled when I could see the tower. That's better. Nice. Okay. So now we do this. Oh, there goes the first cube. Oh. It's irritating. It was going so well until that point. Right. Start reversed. Oh, that's annoying. It was going quite nicely until that point. But I think I'm onto something. Right. Oops. I'm gonna put that there because that will interfere with my memory if I do that. first one. And we got this one. Oh, P? Oh, right. Dummy. Okay, get that one there. Make sure that's parallel. Oh, the finger roll. Go this way round. There we go. What's it? Let's do it this way. Disables that. It's still not working. Oh, idiots. Idiot, idiot, idiot. It was not... Ah, you dummy. Huh. It was not started up enabled. Twit. Right, hopefully this time it will work. Right, okay, there we go. Actually, colour-wise, that blends in quite nicely. Right. Here. Okay. Ow. Burning. Right, that's the first one. Right. Hopefully, this... This is actually starting to irritate me a bit, I'm not going to lie. The fact that I keep doing it right, and this bit is annoying me. Tell you what, I'm going to skip the first bit. Right, back here again, so let's see if it actually works this time. I've upped the timer to 10 seconds, hopefully that should be enough time. Okay. Good, there we go, right. Both cubes are now over here. It's amazing that it's taken this long just to do this bit. Ah. I didn't think about that. Right. Right, so I've now changed it so that they start in the up position. There we go. Right. Okay, so now for the last piece of the puzzle. Is this going to work? Yes. Bouncy, bouncy. Ah, finally. Right. So, to be honest, I'm quite happy with that. One thing I might do off camera is maybe make the size. In fairness, I'll do this now. So let's move this across by 1. Like so. Yeah, so it makes that a little bit... Oh. Okay, let me do that instead. Right. So at least it makes it a little bit smaller. The cubes can still get over. Yeah, okay. Well, to be honest, I'm quite happy with this because I think I've put a decent amount of work into this chamber, and yes. So I'm not finished with this just yet because I will be doing custom lighting, that type of stuff, but I will be publishing this eventually, and yeah, I think overall I've put more work into this than the last test chamber, and hopefully it's well received. Yes. By the time this video goes up, this chamber should be available to download, so I will put the link in the video description below. So I hope you've enjoyed this kind of test chamber build. If you did, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to know when my newest videos will be coming out. Hope you've enjoyed, and from that, this is SliferKing, signing out.